Hello and welcome back for another reading. Let's go ahead and do another Celtic cross spread for you today. This will help us see what cycles are you transmuting at this time. We're going to start with your protagonist energy. Ooh, okay. Okay, let's go ahead and see what from the past might be influencing you at this time, as well as something in your immediate future that we're allowed to see. How interesting. As I'm shuffling, I'm feeling so much resistance here in this deck, and my eyes keep going straight to the Empress's face. So maybe that's a signal to maybe pause and talk about what these cards could mean at this time. Immediately when I saw these came out, I thought, oh, I wonder if this might be related to money and career. The reason for that is, look at all of the gold. And I mean, the Empress card is a very fertile card. It's a manifestation card. But here with the Four of Earth or the Four of Pentacles, there's like this holding, this fear of like releasing this. And the Empress card, to me, it feels very much like a release and receive kind of card. We hear that a lot with manifestation. Like, okay, like you decide what you want, you kind of put it out there, you release it. You don't really attach to the how a whole lot, but instead you just kind of focus on the energy, the frequency of it. So it feels like there's some difficulty in being able to do that at this time. So let's see again what some of these influences or next steps may be. Okay, so that is the past. What about the immediate future that we're allowed to see? What? Okay. Speak of manifestation. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what is in your subconscious and what is in your consciousness at this time. Okay. Okay. So some resistance to ending a cycle, to recognizing that ending is something that's on your mind at this time. Seems very fitting. Let's go ahead and check out this line over here. So starting with some advice cards, thank you. Seeing what is in your external environment that might be influencing you, thank you. And let's see some hopes and fears that may be present for you related to this cycle. That one bounced around. And then some like outcome. And I felt like this card really wanted to come out too, so we'll leave that there. All right, so if we take a look at what is present for you, and again, this is about a cycle that you are actively working to transmute at this time. So we already talked about this protagonist energy, so perhaps this reading is finding you in a place of really addressing cycles related to, I am blanking on the word. It's interesting because I'm having a hard time thinking of the word that I'm meaning to say, but the word that continues to come to my mind is sacrifice. So perhaps there's been a lot of sacrifice that you've been engaging in, or there's a lot of that energy around you of feeling like you've sacrificed so much. And even though you know that you are tapping into abundance at this time, there's like this fear And perhaps the fear is related to like, oh no, like because I keep sacrificing, will there be enough left for me? And maybe that's also informing some of these thoughts that you're having right now around like, okay, well, here's an ending. I feel like I should be leaving something, or I should be moving on from this cycle, but there's some resistance there. Something from your past that's influencing this at this time. We see the King of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Wands in reverse. Oh my goodness. Okay. So maybe some past experiences of like feeling taken advantage of. Some past experiences of like, you know, you felt in your power. People saw you on your throne. They saw how far you've come. And maybe there was some shame around that, maybe trying to dim your light, whether that's like, you know, you initiating that, or doing that out of something that was learned from past experiences, even prior to what this might be pointing to. And perhaps this might even just be a theme in your life of like, you know, in the past, people really didn't allow me to shine, didn't really help me to shine. Instead, you know, there was a lot of negative feedback, there was a lot of dimming, and even feeling like a lot of this came out of surprise. So when I see the Seven of Wands, it feels like a surprise attack. And usually for me, that leans to like, oh, these were people that I trusted. And so coming again to this place of sacrifice, right? Like perhaps some of this sacrifice were for people that you really cared for. So looking at these, I mean, yeah, there's some past experiences in your life where maybe you didn't really feel supported, where you felt attacked or shamed, made to feel small, even though you were sitting on your throne. Like you do have a lot of power. And you know, and something that I often share with like friends is that, you know, sometimes our light can shine so bright to where it lights up areas of others that they're not willing to see, or that they weren't ready to see. So a lot of that shame that could be positioned on you could be projections, right? It could be their own shame, but that doesn't necessarily make it hurt less in the moment. And that doesn't excuse that behavior either. But we see as you work through this cycle, and it seems like you're pretty aware of this too, especially getting such like powerful cards, like with this King of Wands here, that embodiment of fire, as well as the Empress. I mean, to me, it feels like you have this sense of knowing that like, yeah, like I'm worthy and I can make things happen, and I'm smart and I'm capable and I'm loving, and I have all of this power inside of me that I am so lovingly willing to share with other people. And yet I feel like there's just been so much sacrifice, or like people have really made me to feel small, and that's not okay. So as you work through this, it seems like in your immediate future, you'll be stepping through this portal, which maybe we can tap into more information about what this portal is for you. Because whenever I think of the Four of Wands, it feels like a gate, like this gate that you are walking towards, and that's what manifestation is. It feels like you're kind of stepping into this next level of quantum, this next dimension in which aligns with your desired path, that matches the frequency in which you're emitting, that is related to your desires and hopes, and also ultimately related to your mission at this time. So this feels like not just like walking into another dimension, but also kind of like this level up, because what you're transmuting right now, it seems as though a lot of it has to do with like your own sense of self-worth and a sense of power. And as you transmute this and step into your power, really love yourself, it's like you're gonna level up. We've already talked about what some like thoughts might be present for you at this time related to this cycle. With this Eight of Cups here in reverse, it can feel as though like you know that something is ending, you know that something's been completed, and it's time to make that transition, to move on. But there's some resistance here with it being in the reverse. Some of the overlaying, so these like general sweeping energies of your subconsciousness. Wow, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm literally getting chills. So we have this divine gift that's coming in from the emotional realm, but we also have this illusion of a mental prison. And what's interesting is like you see these, like the water of overflow as this divine gift is being brought in, and these swords, this vertical position, and you see these wands in the vertical position. It's like multiple gates here, multiple gates. You know, with this divine gate, so there's this divine gift coming in, opening up a gate for you to be able to walk through and be able to transmute this cycle that you are addressing at this time. However, it feels like something that might be occurring for you is also like this prison. So this cycle that you are transmuting, this cycle that you are breaking, it's something that's been with you for a while. It seems like it's really being reinforced by some thoughts and beliefs that you have. And again, these could absolutely be inherited and taught by others. You know, even with the shrinking of the light, the dimming of the light makes me think of shame. We have here like themes of sacrifice, themes of betrayal. So these could really be, you know, each sword representing a different aspect of these pains that you've experienced that are all forming this illusion or this sense of a prison or entrapment. But all in front of you is clear. It's clear to move, and this is yet another gate that you are walking towards, or walking, not towards, but out of. You are walking towards us and walking towards this divine gift. So seeing 3 gates here, it just goes to show how much you are leveling up at this time. Walking through this gate of mental imprisonment, walking into this gate of divine gifting, and this gate of manifestation. What advice is present here for you as you work on this cycle? Whoa! Oh my gosh, I literally have chills again. What? What? Oh my gosh. The gravity of this. Wow. So in the advice position, it is showing you 2 endings. This ending here is generational wealth. It's wealth that pours over, you know, kind of similar to this Ace of Cups. It's an overflow. It's an overflow. And it's also, to me, you know, it really makes me think about family, that intergenerational piece. And so it's like this wealth can help to support you and those that you call family. So it could be family of origin, it could be spiritual family, it could be chosen family, whoever it may be. But the advice here is inviting you to really lean into like what this cycle, the cycle that you're going through, as you transmute this, remember it's not just for you. And maybe that'll help you continue to kind of push through this, like all of these feelings of like sacrifice and betrayal and all of that, helping you to break through, helping you to finally leave what it is that you're meant to leave. Now this leaving, it doesn't necessarily have to be a specific situation or specific person. It could also be a leaving of a past version of you. A past version of how you thought things were supposed to be. Of leaving this mental prison. And walking through all 3 gates towards your manifestation. And so, I mean, in your immediate future, look, it's like you're already walking through this manifestation gate, and your advice is showing you that, like, hey, there's abundance coming in for you. So remember this. And at the same time, remember that walking through 3 gates, 3 cosmic gates here, requires leaving. It requires a leaving behind of what is not meant for you as you move through these gates, or what is meant to stay on the other side of that gate, right? So with the Tower, it's not just an ending, but it's also a beginning. It's a cleansing, it's a purging, it's a releasing of the things that are meant to stay on this side of the gate. And so this advice here for you that's coming through is helping to remind you that it's okay to let go. And this work that you're doing, it's going to benefit you and all the people that you love. So keep going. Yes, it may feel uncomfortable, but just know that this is here for you on the other side of this gate here. What may be influencing you in your environment is the Temperance card. So inviting you to moderate. With the Temperance card and with this angel here, it feels very much like divine guidance is coming in for you in your external environment. Whenever I think of angels, there's a few things that come up for me. Well, probably more than a few, but I'll just name a few here. So one is, of course, our spirit team. There may be angels that, and the frequency of angels, right? Here, it's like a physical depiction of an angel, but I often think of angels as like an angelic frequency that we can tap into that can support us. So there's the angelic frequencies that we can tap into for wisdom and protection. There's angelic forces that can be on our spirit team. But then also there can be that frequency of angels or angelic energy walking on earth. And when I think of manifestation, especially in this earthly plane, I think of how those gifts are kind of like this chain reaction between people that then ultimately gets to you. A lot of these things that we're manifesting, they don't just poof out of the air. There's a whole chain of events. And that's why sometimes when we're trying to manifest things, there's that whole expression, that common expression of you put in your order and then you have to wait for the order to be made before it gets to you, right? When you think about how, at least in this earthly plane, with all of its laws and with physics and whatever else, the way that these blessings reach you is through a chain reaction through people at this time. So if something you're manifesting is taking a little bit longer, that might be because that it's needing to go through more people, that more people are needing to be tapped in to the Akashic field or the Akashic cloud, or be able to receive those downloads and put them into action, because all of these downloads that we're receiving, we don't act on all of them, right? And that's why there's so many of us that may receive similar downloads or similar inspirations, similar ideas from the Akashic field, but we don't all act on those same ideas. So manifestations may take longer because it may take more people in order for that chain reaction to occur and to get to you, as well as for it to be able to find you too. If you're just in isolation and total hermit mode, which yes, I am totally about going into the hermit space. I think that's a very beautiful and wise and very sacred journey to go into, and to go move into those phases, absolutely. But if you stay isolated and locked within, it's going to be really hard for the manifestation, for those blessings to find you. So this here with this card and this external influence, it seems like for you right now, there are angelic forces at work. There is angelic blessings that are here for you in your environment that's really helping you with this cycle at this time. Let's take a look at hopes and fears though. The Knight of Swords. Okay, am I being too reckless? Am I moving too fast? But I also want to get done with this cycle. But I'm tired and I want to be done with this and I want to like get to this like 10 of Pentacles. Like, damn it, this is hard work. Uh, but it's also like, wait, will I get lost in my mind? Especially with this Eight of Swords energy and your subconsciousness, it's like starting to push through. It's like, wait, like I must hurry. I must go quickly. I don't want to get trapped in my mind. So this might be a tension that you're holding at this time, especially since it was kind of like in that overlay position of like, yeah, balancing that tension between like, okay, I want to be quick, I want to be efficient, I want to move, go. And then this other part of you that's like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Like, what if I do go too fast and I'm like, you know, I missed this step or I missed that step, or I'm too cold, I'm too crass, I'm not handling this well, or, you know, whatever it may be. Yeah. Hopes and fears. I want to get through this and be done with this cycle. And what if I'm not? What if I'm not? Or what if I don't? What if I don't fully complete this cycle and it comes back? Well, from your cards, it looks like you've been through the cycle quite a few times. I mean, you're deep in these like themes of stuff that like people push away, like when it comes to shame, betrayal, sacrifice. Those are really, really dense energies to move through, and typically people aren't able to like hold them and handle them for that alchemy to occur unless they've done a lot of work already that helps them to like have the capacity to do that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm wishing you the best of luck. And it seems like you have a lot of protection here and a lot of signals that like this is the end, that this is the end of this cycle. Now, like I've explained in other past videos, I feel that, you know, as we're working on cycles, they tend to repeat as we work on them, and they dissolve over time if we address them. So it is possible that after all of this work, you may see something similar come up again, almost to be like, hey, is this done? Are we good now? Did you learn the things that you like, you know, that you wanted to learn, like when you decided, when you kind of like, you know, chose your own adventure before you started this lifetime in this iteration? So you may see something similar come up, but I mean, based on your cards, it feels like you may be in the place to be like, oh, wow, that doesn't faze me as much anymore, or like, wow, look at how far I've come. So you may experience something like that soon. Let's go ahead and take a look at this outcome energy. So we have the Ace of Wands, so like a divine gift in reverse. So maybe there's, as you're going through this, it might be a little bit hard to receive something related to spirituality, to passion, to the fire element, right? So it could also be love and relationships. Because you need to rest. That might be a very literal interpretation, but hey, look at these cards. You're doing a lot of work. And bro, if you're going through 3 gates, like, come on now, you're going to be exhausted by the end. So even though like there's more divine messaging to come through for you, you know, with this card in reverse, it just means it might be a little bit of resistance to coming through. So it seems like something that could help is resting. Take a break, get some rest. Yeah, and as you kind of go within, like, even like how cool that this depiction of rest is all in gold, and it's making me think of, or it's helping me see all of the gold kind of stand out from your other cards as well. Resting your body, resting your mind, resting your energy, like just going into all of those different forms of rest. I mean, there's even a physician out there who talks about how there's 7 different types of rest. Like, rest can be a very complex and a very simple thing, but this is saying like, hey, you're gonna be tired. So after this cycle, rest. And it's okay to rest. And after you do that, this next divine blessing will come on in. Since we talked about 3 different gateways that you'll be walking through, let's take a look at what some of those gateways may be from our gateway activation deck. Okay, we got 1 card. Let's go ahead and get 2 more. Oh, we got a Thoth there. Wow. See the power. Okay. The Holy Grail and Orion activation. Okay, let's go ahead and start with this Thoth message, Thoth light codes. So that's page 159, landed on 74. So your message with this card is, you are blessed to connect with Thoth. You are going through a powerful set of light initiations at this time, and these are preparing you to lead and teach from a powerful place of love. In order to complete the process, there will be a release of old ideas and limiting stories. But this is necessary for you to connect with the true power within you. Don't be concerned by the intensity of the energies that surround you right now. Facing shadow parts of yourself and your story is essential for connecting with divine magic, and evolved beings of light are there to guide you on your way. If you have any concerns or fears at this time, know that when fear gets loud, it's because you're on the cusp of something extremely powerful. Wow. I mean, that just hits so many of the things that we've already talked about. So just more confirmation here for you that you are going through a powerful transformation as you transmute this energy. Let's take a look at the Holy Grail. Page 91, landed at 68. You have been on a great quest, seeking, searching, discovering. But the further you've gone, the more your heart has called you back. But you are now discovering that all roads lead back to you. The great source of creation holds up a shiny mirror in front of you, and you see your own reflection. You are the answer. You are the divine. You are created. You are creating. The gateway of your divinity has opened, and the vessel of your being is flowing with infinite light. You have been searching for God, and God is within. So go within. This is the key to heaven. Your cup is overflowing. Your gifts are being unlocked. Let the world share your treasure. Oh my goodness. Again, more and more confirmation here. And how interesting that it spoke specifically to this gate of the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups here for you, that's in your subconsciousness, moving towards your conscious awareness, is this card right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this third gate, Orion activation. Page 115, landed on 84. Okay. All of your fears and setbacks are being stripped from your energy now. Woo, that's the tower right there. Oh my gosh. It is essential for your old way of being to fall away and for you to go through a process of renewal in order to move forward. Just like how we talked about earlier, you've got to release what is not meant for you to go into the next side of that gate. The old stories of your life aren't yours to live out or live up to. You are far greater than these limiting experiences. Again, getting at that Knight of Swords there. The beings of Orion are surrounding you now, and they see you as one of them. Someone who has been born with the knowledge that they can live with great purpose and make a real difference to the world, whether on a global scale or in a particular corner of the planet. When you draw this card, you are being reminded that you have infinite star potential. Boom, right on top of the Four of Wands. This is incredible energy. I feel it surging through my body at this time. I wish you the best of luck with this cycle. Please let me know how it's going by commenting below, and I will see you next time. Take care.